Welcome, my dear students, to the new morning. With smile on your faces, love in your hearts, good thoughts in your mind. Wishing you a lovely, lovely morning always. Okay, here I am to start the explanation of our chapter 2, Growing Healthy and Fit. In this chapter, we will learn about various food items and the nutrients present in them, the importance of a balanced diet, how to prep your food in a healthy way, importance of exercise and proper rest, kinds of diseases, that's communicable and non-communicable diseases, disease causing microbes, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, how to prevent the spread of communicable diseases, and we'll know about the process of vaccination. So today I will discuss few topics, and in my next video I will discuss the rest of the topics. So let me start. Good health is the foremost condition to live a healthy life. That means if we are healthy, we can live a good life. And if we are not feeling well, that means we will not feel anything good. It's a condition of complete physical and mental well-being. Good health is required for physical well-being as well as mental well-being. Right, students? Some students fall ill frequently and some get tired soon. You must have observed it in your classes also. Right? Some students are often going for leaves and some always feel tired, lethargic. What's that? Right? Have you ever thought about this? Why some students get tired soon? These are not the signs of good health. That means maybe they are not taking a balanced diet. Maybe they don't take proper rest. And exercise is also important. Maybe they are not going for any sort of exercise. I'm not saying that you can go for exercise. Your games are like the exercises. Your cricket, your badminton, your football. Right? They are also the exercises. You can remain healthy and free from diseases by following all this. You should have a balanced diet. You should have proper rest and regular exercise to keep yourself healthy and free from diseases. There are many other factors which one needs to take care of for living fit and healthy life. Right now, let's discuss our food and nutrition. Substances found in the food that give us energy and help us to grow are called nutrients. All of us know that we eat food to live, to grow, isn't it? Without food, we can't survive. So this food that gives us energy and helps us to grow, there are some nutrients in it. And all foods may not be nutritious. We can't say that each and every food is nutritious. Right? So, for good health, we should eat nutritious food only, which I think only mama can provide you the nutritious one. Even papa can also provide you the nutritious one. That means the homemade food, which your parents provide you. That is actually the nutritious food. Now we divide these nutrients into different categories. It's carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. Again I am repeating, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals, and also there is roughage also. Roughage, the fiber present in our food. It's maximum present in our fruits and vegetables, students. Right? So let's study them one by one. First of all, let me describe the food groups with the help of this flow chart. So food groups divide into three parts. One is bodybuilding foods, another one protective foods, and third one energy giving foods. Bodybuilding foods, that is proteins. Proteins are bodybuilding foods. They help us to grow big and strong. Here only two examples are there. There are a number of food items which are rich in proteins, but here I have just given two examples. It's chicken and pulses. Pulses means all dals, every dal that's having good amount of protein in it. That's why in our Indian thali there is always a dal. Maybe your mama must be cooking daily the dal. Why? Because she wants you to grow healthy and strong. Right? Now next one is protective food. The foods which protect us from all diseases. Right? They keep you happy, healthy, and make you look attractive also. Isn't it? That's minerals and vitamins present in all fruits and vegetables. So munch on fruits and vegetables. Good for health. You will be smarter, you will be attractive, you will be slim and trim. Now next one, energy giving foods. The foods that give us energy. Energy? What for you need energy? For doing work, for studying. Your mama needs energy for doing all the household chores. You need energy for studying, for playing. Isn't it, students? Everyone, every human being is doing the work in one way or another way. So all of us need energy to do work. So here we have carbohydrates and fats. Carbohydrates are present in all cereals. That's rice, wheat, jowar, millets, bajra, etc. There's a large number of lists, right? So, and the next one is fats. Fats are present in, I think you all know, it's oil, butter, ghee, cheese, chocolates, and sugar. A chocolate is okay, but not more. You have to take care of your teeth also. And I don't want when my students will again come back to the school, they will not be obese. Right? Right now, take one chocolate a day and munch more on fruits and vegetables. I want all of you to be healthy. Right? Now, next one, let's move on to next one. It's carbohydrate now. Foods rich in carbohydrates. It's an important part of healthy diet because carbohydrate is a staple diet. Means that morning just let's discuss our whole day schedule. In the morning we are having a breakfast. We'll start with paratha, roti, sabzi, whatever, puri, halwa, whatever is there. Right? So puri, roti, bread, these are all carbohydrates. Lunchtime we are having a rice. We can have jawar, we can have bajra, we can have chapatis. All these are carbohydrates. Again, during our snack time, evening time, we munch on sometimes sandwich, isn't it? So that sandwich, that bread is also your carbohydrate. And then dinner again the same, your rice, roti, other things. So carbohydrate are staple diet. Why we are taking the carbohydrate in more quantity? Because they provide us energy to work and play. You have to work, you have to play. That's why carbohydrates are more important. And actually these carbohydrates are broken down quickly by our body so that we can use it as energy. Right? And they are the primary fuel source for our brain's high energy demand. It's not only that our body needs energy, our brain also needs energy. Right? Because brain is working 24/7. It needs energy. So for that brain high energy demand, we need carbohydrate. So now I think my students will munch more on carbohydrates because it's good for your health. That is okay. For physical, it's okay. But for your mental health also, for your brain. Foods like cereals, all cereals, your rice, wheat, etc. Potatoes, banana. You can have 2 bananas a day. You should have actually 2 bananas a day. Good for the health. Ice creams, avoid ice creams right now. Not needed. Sugary sweets, dairy products. Okay, chocolates and all that. It's okay. You are so small, you can have it. They are all rich in carbohydrates. So students, it's not just a topic. I'm just explaining you what to eat and what not to eat. I know that my students are sincere and honest enough to understand my point. So from today you should understand what to eat and what not to eat. Again I am saying avoid junk food. especially during these days because we are not having any outdoor activity. Munch on all this, right? So foods rich in carbohydrates. It's rice, bread, chapatis, potatoes, bananas. There are many other food items, but these are easily available, and I think each and every household is having all these things. So munch on all these things, but excess of everything is bad, right, students? Don't go for just more carbs only. We have other nutrients also. We have to manage all the nutrients in a proper way. Now, our fats. Fats are also important part of a healthy diet. Our body uses fat as a fuel source, right? Because fats give us more energy than carbohydrates. Do you know this? Fats give us more energy than carbohydrates. It's a major storage form of energy in the body. We need oil, we need ghee, we need butter, we need everything, right? And it supports our cell growth. In our daily life, there is wear and tear of cells during the day, and this fat supports the growth of cells. They also help protect our organs and keeps our body warm. They help protect all the organs. You all know we have number of organs in our body, right? And they keep our body warm. That's why during the winters, your mama gives you samosas, pakoras, right? Garam garam gajar ka halwa, isn't it? Having desi ghee and all that fat. So why so? Because she wants that you should feel warm from inside, right? That's why during winters we prepare all these things. Garam jalebi, isn't it, students? Yummy ones. And during summers we avoid all this because it's already hot. Our body is actually warm. We don't want more warmth. So the samosa, jalebis, gajar ka halwa, we don't love all this during summers. Okay, let me move further. They provide us more energy than carbohydrates. I have already told you. And one more thing, dear students, they also keep your skin smooth. Smooth and beautiful skin. Take fats, right? But not more. Excess is not allowed. Foods such as oil, butter, ghee, meat and cream. Meat for non-vegetarians, not for others. And cream are rich in fats. It's not cream which we apply on our face. It's milk cream, right, students? Don't just munch on the cream. It's cream, that's milk cream, right? These are all rich in fats. So nowadays, you can go for all these things, but not in excess quantity. But one thing is there. If we will take it in excess quantity, oh, we will become so obese, right? Like a football, right? So, in adequate quantity, limited quantity, right? So, food high in fats. It's fatty meats and fish, not for vegetarians. Cheese, butter, avocado, nuts and seeds, all your nuts. Whether it's almonds, it's walnut, it's pistachio, whatever. And chocolate, only one chocolate. A small one, not a bigger one. Now next, it's proteins. All of us know that we need protein to grow big and strong. Proteins are needed by our body, especially you, dear students, because you're so small right now. You have to grow big and strong. So you need more proteins than us, right? Proteins build new cells in the body. I told in the previous slide also that whole day there is wear and tear of the cells, and these proteins repair the damaged body cells and tissues. It's responsible for repairing the damaged body cells and tissues, right? If we don't take protein in adequate quantity, our its growth is hampered, right? A person will not grow properly. The structure and functions of our body depends on proteins. So take proteins in good quantity. Your protein is present in your pulses, your dals, right? Pulses, that's all dals. I think in our Indian household every day we are having pulses in our diet, your lunch and dinner. So milk, at least 2 glasses of milk a day. And one more important thing, that milk is the only food which is having all the nutrients, students. All the nutrients means all nutrients. Only food. That's why in earlier times people used to just go for milk. They don't want dinner and all that. Just a huge big glass of milk, and that was enough for them. Because they were taking all the nutrients, right? Milk, eggs, fish. Eggs and fish for non-vegetarians. For you, for vegetarians, it's milk, dry fruits and pulses. Dry fruits. Good. Everyone, I think everyone loves the dry fruits. But in proper quantity. Again, I am repeating this, students. In proper quantities. Right? Whatever your parents are giving you, these days, it's just a request, whatever parents are giving you, that is your proper diet. That is the diet which is nutritious. So, munch on that diet. You will yourself feel a great change in your body, your activities, right? And when all these foods will just, these foods will make you healthy, right? And your brain will become more sharper. Let's move further. Now, food rich in proteins, it's almonds, your badam, your soy, your beans, dairy products, peas, fish, orange meat, broccoli. These are few food items, not all, but these are few food items which may, I think everyone is aware about these items, and everyone is having all this in the household. Leave meat and fish for non-veggies. Rest, everyone is having all these things easily available in the market. Now, vitamins and minerals. As I told you that these are protective foods. They protect us from diseases and makes us look attractive and fit. Attractive and fit. That's why these celebrities always munch on more fruits and veggies. They take fruit salads, they take veg soups and all that in excess quantity. Right? They don't munch more on these carbs and fat. They are taking it in, but in less quantities. It's needed in small quantity for the proper functioning of the body. We don't take vitamins and minerals in larger quantities. We need it in small quantities. Veggies is always in small quantity, and you have 2 or 3 chapatis or a bowl of rice in front of you, but not so much big bowl of veggie in front of you. Small quantities, right? You can have salad, right, students, having vitamins and minerals. And fruits and vegetables are also good sources of vitamins. Most of the minerals in us come from eating plants and animal products or from drinking water. Do you know that we have the minerals inside our body also? And where from we get these minerals? They come from eating plant and animal products. Plant products as well as animal products, or from drinking water, from simple drinking water. The 5 major minerals in our body are calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium and magnesium. Dear students, it's not in your book, but still I thought let me discuss it with you. When we are discussing the topic, let me give you a little more. They help in the smooth functioning of the internal systems of the body. Our internal systems should work smoothly. So these vitamins and minerals help in the smooth functioning of the internal systems of the body. So these are veggies and fruits. Number of veggies and fruits, right? Which will provide you all these vitamins and minerals. Now next is the elixir of life, water. Jeevan ka amrit, we can say. Elixir is amrit. Water is a colorless. All of you know it has no color. Odorless means no smell. It's a colorless and odorless substance found all over the world. It's essential for the body. I think you are aware, dear student, that our body is also made up of water. about 65% of our body is made up of water. And lack of water makes difficult for the body systems to work properly. We feel dehydrated, we feel low if we have lack of water in our body. Water plays an important role in helping the body to get rid of waste in the form of urine and sweat. Right? Water, the most important role of water is that it helps the body to get rid of waste. In our body, whatever we are consuming, the nutrients present in that food goes to the blood, and the rest is the waste of our body. And that waste is to be removed, isn't it? We can't keep the waste inside the body. So the liquid waste is removed in the form of urine and sweat. Right? Sweat and urine, these are the toxic wastes of the body. So there is a need to remove it. Our body uses water in all its cells, organs and tissues to help regulate its temperature. And most important thing, our body temperature should be regulated, right? It should be normal. So this water helps in regulating the temperature also. And it maintains other body functions. We should drink at least 12 to 15 glasses of water a day to keep ourselves hydrated. 12 to 15 is for adults, my dear students. For you, 7 to 8 glasses of water, I think, are sufficient. But if you want to drink more, most welcome, no problem. But we should not wait to drink water till we feel thirsty, right? It's not that when we feel thirsty, that time we will go and quench our thirst. Don't wait for that, right? Go and have a glass of water. After 2 hours, go if you are not feeling like that, but still go, it's water. It will not make you sick. It's good. Go and hydrate your body. It's okay, students? Now, roughage or fiber. Roughage or fiber is important component of the food. It helps to keep our digestive organs clean, as it helps in regular functioning of the bowel. Whatever we are eating, we have read in the digestive system chapter, I think it was in class 4, right? Whatever we eat, the nutrients are absorbed by the walls of the small intestines. Rest, the waste goes to large intestines where whole water is absorbed. Then there's the need to remove it, isn't it, students? So this roughage helps to keep our digestive organs clean. If we are taking roughage in good quantity, that means we will not sit on the toilet bowl for more and more time. We will not feel constipated, right? Because roughage helps in regular functioning of the bowel. It's present in good quantity in whole pulses, whole wheat, and in the peels of all fruits and vegetables. Whole pulses, dals, whole wheat, your gehu, and in the peels, chilka, peel is chilka, of all fruits and vegetables. Do you know, students, it's surprising that many people cook potatoes also with the peels, because it's good roughage, right? We should not remove the peel of fruits like apples and pears. But unfortunately, right now we are peeling the fruits of apples and pears. Do you know why we are peeling it? Because we are aware that nowadays there are artificial, man-made, factory-made, or we can say chemicals in the pesticides which farmers spray. Right? They have to spray to save their fruits from pests and insects. So that is sprayed over there. That's why we try to remove the peels of apples and pears. Actually, we should not peel. We should wash the fruits properly, and we should have it along with the peels, because these peels are having good quantity of fiber. Vegetables like potatoes and bitter gourd. Bitter gourd is Karela, should also be cooked unpeeled. And nowadays, I think many of us have learned now how to cook bitter gourd with peels, right? Because bitter gourd is kadwa. Bitter means kadwa itself. It's so bitter in taste. But there are some methods with which Little bit we can remove the bitterness and we can have it with peels. Good for the health. This is high fiber food. Beans, whole grains, vegetables, fruits, nuts and seeds. All these are high fiber foods. Right students? I think it's enough for today. The rest of the topics I will discuss in my next video. Right? Wishing you a day full of joyful moments. Enjoy your day. Go through this video. All the best. Bye bye dear students.